Hi guys, we're back. Let's get some cross stitching done. My granddaughter is still here with me. It is Monday the 17th. Filming ahead, trying to stay ahead of the schedule, especially since YouTube is um, putting all of my videos in purgatory. I'm on like day 3 on a couple of my videos, trying to get them uploaded. Um, so I definitely want to keep filming ahead. But my granddaughter's still here. She's still getting over the flu. I'm very nasally. I got a little bit of a cough developing. So, as the typical, with the caregiver, I spent time taking care of her, and now I'm sick. So, it is what it is. If the coughing gets too bad, then I will, when I edit the video, I'll just edit out the sound and resubmit. Add the music back on over top of it. This is real life for me. Here's what happens. I don't know how to mute my camera. Yeah, she came here. I picked her up on the 13th, and she was supposed to have a skate party with a 4-H club on Sunday on the 16th, and she woke up Saturday. She started running a fever Friday night, was sick all day Saturday. And into Sunday. And I got a message from her dad on Saturday that he was sick and was on his way to the emergency room, actually, for a very high fever. And her sister has also got the flu. Yes, Missy.
I love you.
I love you too.
I love your video.
You love my video?
Yeah.
That's the wrong end.
No.
My system welcome to the new age. Oh, and this song does have some curse words in it, so if you're offended by curse words, you may want to mute. Are you peeking?
Yeah.
So I'm also doing this from a different angle. My last cross stitch videos, I was filming from over here on the right. I moved my camera to the left to see if I can get a better shot. But it's definitely a weird angle for me. The apocalypse. Whoa.
Yeah.
System's gone.
System here.
Do what?
Really my sister here. Oh, yeah, here and second here.
Yeah.
Maybe like watching you on the camera.
Yeah. Are you ready to learn how to do this yet?
No.
No?
It looks like it will pop down on its own.
It looks like what?
This looks like it popped down on its own.
Like it popped out on its own?
Yeah.
Because you can't see my hand back there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is very similar to the diamond painting that you do.
Yeah.
It's just done on fabric and with thread rather than on canvas
Okay.
with a sticky sticky pen and dots.
Okay.
Get that out of my ear. Girl,
Where's the other ear? Where's the other ear?
it disappeared.
Right here. Oh. Mm. Got you.
Yeah. So glad you're feeling better.
Ah, heart bomb.
Your little obnoxious self is returning.
Yep, but it's a heart bomb.
A heart bomb.
Heart bomb.
Kind of.
Now taxes. It's TurboTax. Your last tax brings price. Switch to a TurboTax expert now. We'll beat your last tax rose price.
Ooh, look at butterfly.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Now this is taxes. It's with TurboTax.
Oh, no. With the butterfly on there, looks so cute.
I gotta turn my heater down.
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
Getting a little warm in here.
Yeah.
Whoop.
What was that?
Craft a lunch.
Or must be on me.
No, it was just my stuff falling over.
Why is there like black in here?
Because it was cut out with pattern paper.
Look closely.
What?
I'm looking closely. Closely?
Your face isn't in there, is it?
Yeah.
Huh? I want to point out how difficult, how much work she had to put into to like get herself onto the camera if she actually did. Because the camera, my ring light is right here. I don't even know if my ring light's right here. My camera is back here behind me, and she was over here on the far side of both the stands. So she, on her tippy toes and craning her neck. But given how hard it was for me even just to get my hand in the screen, I don't imagine she was. And if she was, it wasn't very much of her head. Cut that in just a second.
Because he's walking shark.
What?
Because he's walking shark.
Here comes a walking shark. Oh no. Is it going to bite me? No. Is it a nice shark?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna buckle this?
Yep, give me just a second. Yeah, let me finish these 3 stitches and then I'll help you. trying to snap the mouth shut?
Yeah. Wait, look at you.
Lenny's like, what are you doing? What? Are you don't have a tail?
Right here.
You don't have a fin? That's what Lenny's thinking. You're a human. You don't have a tail and you don't have a fin. You don't have sharp teeth like that. So she's in like one of those sleeping bag type things. It's a shark. You know, and she climbs inside of it, pulls the head up over her head, over hers, and the mouth snaps closed. Okay, so this one, the next ones of these are way over here. So I'm going to pin stitch this off and then start it back up over there. A short one. And even though it is short, I'm going to separate them so that I can do the loop stitch again because that is my favorite. I just got to figure out where to pick up over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's up here. Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I could park this if I wanted to and go on to a different color, but since this is short and I have 2 of them, I will just do them, stitch them up. There's 2 of them. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if I said this before, but I found the needle that I lost a couple of videos ago. Purely found it by accident, actually. I was doing some die cutting and I dropped one of my dies on the floor. Well, I have, my daughter's been playing with it. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, no, I think she has it out in the living room with her. I have an extending magnet, and I was using it to pick up my diamond painting, or my die cut, my die that I dropped. And when I pulled it up into my view, the needle was stuck to it too. I'm like, ooh, I'm glad I found it with that instead of my foot. Although in reality, I probably would not have felt it if I'd have found it with my foot.
Because there's a lot going on in the world.
I probably would have seen it before I felt it.
So, what do you think?
It's funny, I'm used to when I need to cough or something, I'm used to turning to the left because my microphone is normally on my right. But with my camera in this position it's in, my camera is now to my left. I'm having to think and face the other way when I need to cough. Okay, so this, you can see there's only a short little string left. I could try to go back that way, but I'm going to end up running out of thread regardless. So rather than pin stitching this, and there's 4 stitches, I'm going to just bring it back up over here. And then when I go back that way, it's going to catch this underneath. And that really is why you see like these strings. It's ones that I chose not to pin stitch. So again, loop stitch. My loop is on this end. And I just grab through that loop. And then go back down through the hole that I just came up from. And that completes it. It pulls the loop to the back. And then just continue on. And then another 4 right underneath it, which will probably complete this thread. Or at least close enough that, you know, I'm going to tie it off. A little more than I thought I'd have left. Let me see what's next. Oh, the next row down's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no way that's going to be enough, so I'm going to go ahead and pin stitch this one. So I'm going to go just the row down below because, again, that next round of stitches is going to catch it and double secure it for me. So come up through the center and you'll see the cloth, the Aida split. Go down in the same quadrant right next to it so it catches. Come back up through that middle. Go down on the other side, same quadrant. Pull it taut and then come back up through the center. So you'll see it does leave, for some threads, it does leave some visible thread. And also, you know, if you don't get it quite lined up, but if you do it right with the color that you're going to be doing next, it really doesn't matter. Because it's going to be covered up anyway. Anybody purchased or ordered some of these since I started? Sorry, my thread got knotted. I was trying to thread my needle and it knotted on itself. So down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So again, I'm going to go down in one. I'm going to come up across the angle from it for it. Grab that loop. Go back down the hole I just came up. And again, that pulls. It pulls the loop to the back. Just shortening it up since I'm going from a different angle. I want to be able to pull without running into the camera too much. I forgot how many I was doing. 6. Okay, just covered up that pin stitch there. Okay, got my 6. I'm going to go back the other way, and these are the stitches I'm railroading. So again, splitting that thread. And then going back down. Now, those of you that cross stitch, if you know how to do the loop stitch or even the railroad stitch, if you're doing 11 count and you're having to use 3 threads, please let me know. Because it's one of the reasons I don't really like doing 11 count, other than the fact that it forces me to admit that I'm losing more of my eyesight. But yeah, if you know a way to loop or railroad when you're using 3 threads, I would greatly appreciate some insight there. I was in a chat, Crafting Enthusiast, I think is the name of her channel. And we were talking, Heaven and Earth Designs came up. And I'm like, oh, I have several. I paid a lot of money to get their patterns. And then when I got them, I realized that they're stitched on a very, very, very small count fabric or even weave, even. And I'm like, so yeah, I haven't done them. Um, but somebody brought up using a magnifying glass, and I went, eh, that's an idea. I wouldn't be able to do it on camera though, because what I have is my one that hangs around my neck and lights up, and that would totally be like in the way of camera view. So, but it might make it so that I can then stitch some of those patterns that I paid for. I guess I never finished. Didn't finish the story. Um, so yeah, we were supposed to go roller skating with our 4-H club yesterday, but since she had the flu, we had to cancel out. And yesterday was exchange day between the parents, and so I messaged my daughter, who was supposed to have her this week, and I'm like, your dad and I are already exposed to the flu. It doesn't make sense to bring her home and expose your guys' household, because there's the 3 adults that all have jobs, and then there's a 5-month-old baby. I'm like, we don't need to expose all of you guys to this. And she's going to have to be out of school anyway, which means somebody's going to have to like take, PTO, because you don't have childcare. So it just made more sense for her to just have an extended stay here with us. And I said, we're already exposed. If we're going to get sick, we're going to get sick. And unfortunately, I knew it was inevitable for me. My husband may escape it because he's got a rock solid immune system. Mine has always sucked. So it doesn't surprise me that, I'm now showing symptoms. But yeah, I, gave her updates and let her know that the fever broke last night. She hasn't had to have any Tylenol in almost 20 hours. So that's good. She's just now dealing with the cough, the residuals. She still has a really bad cough, and her nose is still stuffed up, but the fever's gone. Now it's just a matter of trying to convince her that she needs to start drinking more water. Just getting her appetite back, so she wants juice and stuff and milk, and I'm like, no, you don't want that while you're still icky. I compromised a little bit with the juice. I gave her a half a cup of juice and then a full cup of water. I told her she couldn't have any more juice until she drank her water. So far, she has not. She finished her juice, has not touched her water. Which is unusual, because normally it's the other way around. Usually when she's asking for something to drink, she's asking for water. So in that respect, I'm also trying to honor the fact that I'm also a believer in that our body tells us what we need. And if she's wanting juice, it's because her body is telling her she needs the sugar or something. I'm only going way over here because I'm going to go back that way first, and then I'll catch them on the other side. And she's always been a water kid. I mean, even when she was, a toddler, she would always choose water over anything else. Down one. Which is why I wanted to end there, because that one was right underneath it, and I didn't want to have to carry the thread over the back. Oh my, and this one's a long one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17, which will probably finish this out. But yeah, when I was on that live stream, she showed her Heaven and Earth design that she's working on. And it's like, it's crazy. She's got like just this tiny little section done, and it was already like 33,000 stitches. I'm like, yep, that's why I haven't worked on it at all. What did I say? 17? $13. 14. 15. 16. And in all likelihood, this color probably continues on to the next page. So at some point, I will definitely be parking, going, looking, and then going beyond it, so I don't get a line that happens sometimes when you do a page end or you stitch and block. Sometimes you get that line. Where am I at? Down here. Okay, 17. That's why some people stitch at an angle, like the YouTuber that I was watching. That's people that do cross country. Since you're stitching like the entire length or height, one single row at a time, you don't really get the separation of lines. I don't have the space or the patience to do cross country. Parking tries my patience enough. I don't need to be parking on a cross country trip. So, it's not for me. Okay, now there's some stitches up in this row of this color and some below. So this is why when I refer back to my pattern, okay, my pencil, as well as the size of my thread that I have left. So going down, there's 2 this way. Going up, there's 2 this way. So I'm going to go up instead. And if I have enough thread left over, I'll go down and do those up, pick up those other 2. Oops. Back in here and grab these 2. So that did cause me to carry my thread across the bag, unfortunately. But the other option was to end and then re-secure and do 2 stitches. And I don't even know that I would have had enough thread to even do 2, because I would have had to pin stitch the other one. You can pin stitch at the start. I have never been able to really get good at that. Like, it seems like when I try to pin stitch at the beginning, my threads come loose, and I don't know, I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. So, I like the loop stitch much better. It's easier for me to figure out. Easy for me to do. Pardon me a sec. Wipe my nose. drink my drink. Okay, so that color picks more up over here. But again, I know that's gonna carry over into the next page, so I'm not gonna worry about I'm not gonna start that one back up yet. I'm gonna come back over here and fill some of this in. So that way as I start moving closer to the edge of this page, but you can see like here, all my threads are parked on the edge of the page. Maybe if I move my hand out of the way. So these are all parked on a line. I could do that here as well. If I was I could park it knowing that it's going to be going into the next one. I may do that once I get more of this filled in. I don't know. I'll decide that when I get over there. Let's see. This is, where am I at? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I right there? Yes, I am. Okay. There's only those 2 stitches are that color. I'm going to cut this in half. And even that's going to be a little more than I need, but I definitely don't need this much. One more attempt to thread this without my threader, and then I'm going to grab it. Yep. Okay. I'm going to have to grab my threader. It's just these 2 little edges. That loop. Back down the same hole. And down. I lost control of my needle on the back side. And I have pin stitch these 2. Come up through the center there without splitting your thread. You don't want to split the top thread, you want to split the bottom threads. Down. Up. Down. And I'm just going to put this because I can get a few stitches on that. Do I need to be that conservative with thread? Probably not. Especially since I have like embroidery floss coming out my ears. Okay, and the next one down kind of reminds me of like you quilters, like the log cabin. Where it's like got stuff inlaid in itself. This is going to be two very short ones first. Otherwise, I got to turn her around the back. And I don't want to do that. This is where pin stitching would come in handy to start. Because by the time I get this threaded and get it looped, you know, I'm only going to have a couple stitches and then I got to tie it off anyway. These are ones that I will carry across the back and catch with some other threads rather than pin stitching, just because it's so short. Let's start up here with these two. Grab the loop. Now, some people would have just thrown those threads away. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to deal with only being able to stitch one or two and then I got to end and start again. It's up to you. Personal preference. And like I said, it's not a, I don't know why I do it, because it's not about being frugal. I've got plenty of embroidery floss everywhere. And these are, even though it was a kit, it is DMC colors, so it would be easy for me to replace anything that I threw away. But for whatever reason, I just can't bring myself to do it. And this one. Come on, find the right spot. There we are. I'm going to go this way this time, so that way I can bring it back this way under itself. Being mindful to not do that. I just unthreaded my needle. And that happened because the thread got stuck to my finger. And so when I pulled my hand away, it pulled the thread with it. So when you are working with such a short piece of thread, you got to be mindful for sure of where the end of your thread is. So I tend to hold at the eye of the needle, because then it holds where the thread is threaded through. It tends to hold it in place. And when I'm teaching people how to cross stitch, I teach them to do that as well. It causes a lot less frustration, prevents a lot of frustration, maybe I should say, in accidentally unthreading your needle. Through. You see what I just did? Yep. What, sweetie?
We just have to watch the shows that always comes up now.
You just have to watch the shows that come up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because can I just change the girl back to blue? All my favorite shows,
Uh-huh.
they're not on.
Yeah.
Also monopod.
Yeah, you just have to wait for him to come back on.
But that's not fair. This isn't fair to him too.
It's very fair. It's called broadcast TV.
But the two things they told you everybody.
See, at home, they run their TV through YouTube pretty much. Hulu, that kind of stuff because they don't have cable. So she's used to, being able to like go to an app and pick, whatever she wants to watch. And it's like, well, we do have on demand, but her shows don't usually come up on demand. So she's looking for Bluey. Or Spidey friends. She'll survive. This ought to get fun for me though, because usually when she can't find something to watch on TV is when she starts being a pest to me or to whatever adult, because she's like, "Oh, I'm bored. I want to, and but she doesn't really want to do anything that can occupy her. She just, wants to be in everybody else's space and interfere with what they're doing because she's bored." But she's 7, so we'll see. We'll see what she does. But I think I've been on here about an hour anyway. Not that I think about it. I forgot to look at the time when I started. Oh! What, sweetie? There's a different bug in the bathroom that's not a fly. Oh,
And then like lots of flies and then like the white bug.
the white bunny.
White bug.
What white bug? Bug saw a magic bug. Ouch! You stepped on my toe.
No, you're not.
Look at you.
Shouldn't you?
Well, I can't do this with you in my lap, though.
Can I do? Can I do this? Can I do this?
Not on mine, but I would be more than happy to
Do something?
teach you, to start teaching you.
How about you can teach me later?
Teach you later? Okay. Kind of figured as much.
Okay.
Okay. That's pretty typical. I want to learn it, but I want to do it, but I don't want to learn it. And I want you to teach me right now. But I want to do it right now, but I don't want to learn it right now. Child, it don't work that way. Trim this one out because I think I've done did cut that one. But yeah, I didn't look. I don't remember. I did look, but I don't remember what time it was when I started. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video and get some cuddle time with the bug here, and we will talk to you later.